Hi, I'm Atlee Mercer. For those that know me, I apologize. For those that do not know me, I used to be a county commissioner, and I'm currently the Osceola County property appraiser. I want to talk to you a little bit about the vision that Osceola County has created for the next 20 years and look forward perhaps a little further than that to the next 50 years. A few years ago, it became very apparent to the citizens as well as the commissioners in Osceola County that the way we were growing at an average of about one home per acre was absolutely unsustainable in the long run. We have been known as a green county, as a suburban and rural county. And in our county, we have all this wonderful green space that we've learned to enjoy and just know that it's there with the comfort of knowing that it's there. Well, in another 20 or 30 years, if we continue to grow like we're growing now, it won't be there. Because they forecasted that we will have about 250,000 more people by 2025, and perhaps as many as 1 million by 2050. A lot of folks to put into that little green space. The solution was initially to create an urban growth boundary. On the map, it's shown as the orange dotted line. And that urban growth boundary is designed to accommodate those 250,000 people that are due here by 2025. And the rules are very strict about building beyond that orange dotted line. So by accommodating all those folks in there through infill, through tighter development, through little miniature urban centers, and some additional housing around it, such as we'll have down in East Lake Toho, we'll be able to put in those 250,000 people. But the problem will be that the folks that have been forecasting population for Osceola County for the last 50 years have always been wrong, and they've always been low. And so, how are we going to put the remainder of the people that will come here? One solution is to just keep growing out. This is a blown-up copy of our urban growth boundary. And we could use all of this space and build around Cypress Lake and move out here and move over there and push down there. But then what was the purpose of having an urban growth boundary and trying to protect some of that green space out there for the folks that live in that environment? And that's the more urban environment that would be created. It would be self-defeating, and you'd end up with sprawl all over again. A solution being proposed is that we create a new urban center. But we need to have an urban center that has the transportation, the infrastructure, the accessibility that a new urban center should have to be actually a new city, if you would. The proposal before the county is destiny. Well, our destiny right now in Osceola County is to simply continue to sprawl and lose all that green space. But with smart growth and a smart development, we can compactly install another 100,000 people easily in that spot with what we really need to have when we have an urban center developed like that. And that is transportation available before it starts. We have the Florida Turnpike, we have 441, we have Route 60. 3 key transportation corridors already intersecting right there. We have smart development plans that will preserve enormous amounts of green space even within this development while allowing high densities in city cores and all kinds of varieties of housing choices for the people that want to move. You know, we may want a large home, we may want a townhome, we may want to move into a condominium, we may want to age in place. We want choices. And we've not given the citizens of Osceola County very many choices in the last 10 years or 20 years in our growth. It's been single-family homes on 1.5 acre lots, buried in a little community with one way out. It looks pretty on paper, but from a standpoint of sustainability or functionality, it simply doesn't work. New design, urban design, smart growth design accommodates all kinds of home ownership, all kinds of living opportunities with a much more efficient use of the land, preserving this green space we're trying to save, but still giving people choices. And if we don't adopt a smart growth policy, which we have in our new comprehensive plan, we're just going to sprawl and chew up all that space. If we have 1 million people here in Osceola County, and that's what's forecast for 2050, and we're building at 1 home per acre, folks, all the available acres from Yeehaw Junction to Kissimmee get used up. And I don't think that's what any of us want. We want green space. We still want ranchers. We still want opportunities for outside activities. We can preserve much of this space by concentrating development in clear urban centers that are self-contained and self-supporting. And that opportunity we have there down on 193 on the Turnpike is destiny. Thanks for listening. I think you're going to hear a lot more about that today, and I appreciate the time you spent so far.